Hello friends, welcome to Testenium. This is Aras from Testenium. Testenium is a London-based technology company which operates an automation platform to automate the automation. That means it can generate the code for the automation, so that we call that as automating the automation. So Testenium actually supports encryption, software test automation, mobile app test automation, and blockchain test automation, as well as RPA automation, robotics process automation. So in a nutshell, a user doesn't have to have any programs or any tools installed on the computer to test any tasks of automation using Testenium. So in Testenium, you can provide your metadata or any data related to your task. Testenium will generate the code and execute the task on cloud at scale and give you the report. Particularly when it comes to testing, so I will show you how to test a web application using Selenium WebDriver in Testenium. So if I go to testing, you can see there are a variety of test automation features available in Testenium: API testing, behavior-driven development, database testing, performance testing using load testing, Protracker for AngularJ testing, and Selenium for web application testing using Selenium WebDriver with page object model, Vinium for Windows application testing, in which you can upload any Windows exe file along with the elements details. Testenium will generate the code and execute at scale on the cloud. White box testing for code coverage or code review. Security testing, where you can check the vulnerabilities of the application. So it supports OWASP standard security testing. And also a TDD, where you can write unit testing, as well as you will be able to put all the test cases together into a test suite and test them using the test runner. And blockchain application testing. So now today's session, I'm going to talk about Selenium test automation with page object model. So when it when you select Selenium test automation option, you can see Excel and page object builder. So there are two ways you can do Selenium test automation using Testenium. One is by uploading an Excel file with the elements details like locator, element, function, and data. The other option is to enter the data repeatedly on the user interface of Testenium, so that you don't have to upload Excel file at all. First, I will do the Excel file today. If I show you an Excel file where you can have elements details in every Excel sheet. So one Excel sheet is for one page in your application. So basically, you have to have 4 columns of locator, element, function, and data. So in the locator, you can see XPath, ID, name, etc. So you can use any of the locators available for Selenium to find the elements. And then you have to put the exact element details. So in here, the elements are case sensitive, but the locator and the functions are not case sensitive. That means you can write whether in capital or in small letters or even the first letter capital and so on. And also there's a column for data. You can provide the data, whether you want to type the data or you want to verify the data, or you can put any even variables to use in Java code as well. So today's session, I'm not going to cover the variables. We can just provide the data for typing using the type command. So when it comes to programming, you don't normally use type command. You may use send keys in Java or C#. But here, it is very layman term. You don't have to go with very technical term. You can provide very layman term. On the locator as well, you can provide in capital or small letters, doesn't matter. So it is very flexible. So for every page, you can have one Excel sheet. So whatever you want to perform using Selenium, you can provide the details in Excel sheet. So only this information we have to provide to the Testenium server, so that Testenium code generation engine will generate the code for Selenium WebDriver with page object model, and it will execute the test at scale on cloud and give you the reports. Also, you'll be able to see the execution instantly on a real time on your client screen as well. So now I'm going to go to Excel option, and I'll select new project template. I'm going to choose Testenium.com website to test 3 pages. You can provide the title, any relevant title, and then description. You can say testing 3 pages using page object model on or in Testenium.com. So then we provide the URL, and then you can schedule your test. So on the right hand side, you can see test language, Java, C#, and Python. You can choose which language you want to generate the code on and execute them on cloud. So then you select Selenium WebDriver or remote WebDriver. So Testenium supports grid architecture. That means there's a grid environment running to support in different platform, different browser or different versions of the browser, etc. And I have selected page object model by default. So every project that you run on Testenium has to be using the page object model. So it will generate the code based on page object model with Selenium WebDriver. And then choose the browser. So Testenium support any browsers, like you can choose any browser that you want to run it on. For the time being, on this particular demo, I am using only 3 browsers: Chrome, Firefox, and IE, but Testenium support any browser. For customers, we are customizing and giving the platform with any required browsers. Also, Testenium generate 2 databases for every user. So when the user creates an account, it configures the user account with 2 databases as well as encryption keys, so that the Testenium will be using the same encryption key, which is unique anyway, to encrypt documents or decrypt documents. So the database is to provide test data so that you don't have to have any database on your machine at all. So in a nutshell, a user doesn't have to have any tools on the device except a browser and possibly Excel if you want to provide the data in Excel. Otherwise, you can enter the data on the UI without uploading an Excel file. So now I'm going to upload the Excel file which I shown you before for Testenium testing. I will provide the name of the file here, Testenium XLS. So now we'll simply generate the code by clicking the code generate button. So now you can see the entire code, 100% code has been created for testing the Testenium.com website based on the information that we provided on the Excel file. So what happens in Testenium, it picks up the elements locator and the data, and then it builds a code, test automation script in Java or C# or Python. So you can see it defines the elements on the top and then implements the appropriate methods for those elements in the bottom. Like that, it does it for all the pages, including home page. Then it implements the code in the test class. I'm using JUnit framework, or Testenium is using JUnit framework to execute the test. and it will also produce customized reports. So for JUnit test framework, it has implemented the methods under the @before annotation, the public void setup method, where it starts the time and also it configure the property for the Chrome browser because we selected Chrome, and it define or assign the values for the variables that is defined above. For example, web driver equal new Chrome driver, then base URL equal the URL that we provided on the first page, and then implicitly wait. So if we provide 20 seconds, so we can customize that as well. And then it implements the test method under the annotation @test in JUnit. So it also building or creating an object for video recording, and then it start recording the video. And also it creates objects for every page that it was creating before. So you can see home page equal new home page and passing the driver in the constructor. So like that, it does every page with all the methods that it created before. We can also provide explicitly wait if you want, but that is not necessary because it handles the implicit wait automatically. You can see here it is created automatically. So here we use, or it uses all the lines that we have put in Excel to prepare the code. So every page you can see, for example, here page 0 dot type on element, and then the value, the data that we provided in Excel file. So like that, whether you have data on the fourth column or not, if you have the data on the fourth column, it will use the data for typing or verifying the data on the page or title or in the alerts. So it's very simple. So we don't have to do anything other than providing the element details, unlike other platforms in the industry. So in Testenium, you can provide the data to verify. You can perform all kind of Selenium functionalities. Testenium support more than Selenium functionalities. Like in Selenium, you can do iframe, alerts, etc. So Selenium support them, but on top, it does a lot of things like customizing the reports, etc. So now this is a JUnit structure. You can see @before, @test, and @after. In the @after, we have a teardown method. In the teardown method, it is finishing the time recording and then calculating the time in days, hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds, so that it will produce the report nicely in a timely manner. So now we'll be able to execute this test. So by simply clicking the execute test button, and also Testenium provides its own editor. So you don't have to go for third-party editor or any compiler at all. So all the compilers necessary, all of them are installed in the platform in cloud, and also it provides you a very nice intuitive editor so that you'll be able to edit your code with a different color scheme, or you can also save your projects in a repository in Testenium. So you don't need to go for GitHub or any other third-party repositories to store your project. You can customize it and store it, and also it stores your projects automatically in order to execute and for the test management as well. So in a nutshell, Testenium is very complete and comprehensive automation platform to automate the tasks of generating the code and executing the test and getting the reports. So now I'm going to execute this test, and also we can implement any framework if we want to, but that is not relevant for this particular test. So I'm just going to execute this by simply clicking this button. So now it is starting to execute in the cloud server. So while it is executing in the cloud server, the user is able to view what is happening in the server, so that like they'll be knowing like whether it's any error occur or what kind of screen is displaying at the moment. So it is a fantastic feature, so that you don't have to wait until the test complete to see whether any error occur or any problems on the test. So instantly you will be able to see the screen what is launching in the server, and also any error message that is occurring in the server. So now you can see an error message pop up here. So at the same time, it is giving you the information, so that you don't have to wait and waste time to update your test, or you have to modify the test. So you can instantly see what is happening in real time, and also you can receive this message on SMS on the mobile phone. So we are working on that, so you'll be able to see the message at the same time as the error occur in the server. It is very innovative feature in order to help you to quickly modify your test plan in Excel, so that you can immediately run it after this test complete or in a different account, so that you don't have to waste the time. You don't have to wait and waste the time. So this is a fantastic feature using some technology. So Testenium is built using AI technology, computing technology. So this is the only platform that supports various test automation tasks in one single platform, from API testing to application security testing. So now you can see the reports have been prepared automatically by Testenium. It shows the time taken to test and how many errors and how many passes, and whether it's totally completed the test or not. So the first pie chart shows the complete run of the test without interruption, and then the time. And also you can download the video of the execution, so in order to see how it was executing in the cloud. If you click, then you can download it and double click to play the video. So if I double click to play the video, you'll be able to see it's playing the video execution. So now that's an advanced feature as well. So now we can scroll down to see how many tasks have been executed and how many was verified and how many failures in the test. And also you can see the screenshot. You can click to view the maximized version of the screen. And below you can see the assertions and exceptions occurred, so which we've seen that already. Anyway, here it gives you in detail in which line of your Excel sheet the error occurred, and what time the error occurred, and whether it's a pass or fail. You can see the passes in green color, the failures in red color. So it is very, very handy, and instantly you can see them while it is executing the test, or even after executing the test. Now you can see a PDF version of the report is prepared. You can simply download that and email to your developers, so that they can also correct the application. So this is very, very good. Now we'll come to the commercial. So when it comes to commercial, in the industry, the companies are spending a lot of money, huge amount of money in test automation. So in a nutshell, like the world is spending around or more than $500 billion per year in writing the script for automation. So Testenium disrupt that totally, because we don't write any piece of code except preparing the Excel file. That's a test plan. The test plan is always done by even test engineers anyway before they write the code. And here we are saving the time of writing the code and recording the information. There are some recording tools available like Catalan, Selenium IDE, and some other tools where you have to sit and navigate through the application and record the user actions, and then export it to programming languages, and then you can run it on your machine or in third-party execution servers like Browser Stack, Source Labs, etc. So in a nutshell, Testenium support both creation of the code as well as execution, and on top it also provides you a way of managing the test. You don't need a CI/CD pipeline or DevOps or GitHub. It's everything in one platform. But again, if you want to connect to Testenium through your DevOps pipelines or CI/CD pipelines, from CI/CD pipeline, you can just put your, we'll provide you the curl command. You can fetch the curl command into the pipeline so that when you execute that, it will connect to Testenium and it will execute your test. So you don't have to create a test unlike any other system in the industry. You can only provide your feature file or Excel file to Testenium via curl command in your CI/CD pipeline. This is very, very innovative. Testenium will receive the information and create the projects automatically in the cloud and execute that at scale on cloud and produce the reports instantly. So you don't need any DevOps, or you don't need any GitHub. You don't need any test management servers or tools. So everything is encapsulated in one single platform. You will be able to use a single platform, Testenium, to perform a lot of tasks, whereby you will be able to save lots of money. So that is the information that I want to convey today to you, and I will come with the different features at different time to time. You can watch my video and comment it, and you can send any comments and queries. I will be able to reply to you on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching this video, and have a wonderful time. Thank you. Bye.